Hi, I'm Sonia Fisher-Saba, and this is my Acceptable Use Policy presentation for Ed Tech 630. First, let's start off with a little bit of background information on what an acceptable use policy is and how it helps us. An acceptable use policy, AUP, is a document that outlines a set of rules to be followed by users or customers on a set of computing resources, which could be a computer network, website, or large computer system. An AUP clearly states what a user is and is not allowed to do with these resources. This gives a broad picture of the goal of an acceptable use policy. However, an AUP's main goal is to keep the users and network safe. School AUPs address areas of security and safety for our students. Cyberbullying, discrimination, sexual or inappropriate content is highlighted in most schools' AUPs to safeguard our learners. You can find the student AUP in the Parent-Student Handbook located on your school's website under Resources. The Employee AUP is located on the Jeffco District website. Both the Jeffco employee and student AUP contain very specific language regarding the prohibited use of the network. All of these areas of prohibited use are designed to protect the students and the district. The policy also includes specific information regarding technical aspects, including the prohibited downloading of software, viruses, altering equipment, hacking the system, and generally just trying to disrupt or corrupt the system with ill intent. Sanctions for violations include loss of access to the network, restitution for any damages to the network, and possible suspension or expulsion for students, or employment termination for teachers. Communicating the policy is extremely important for the entire community. Everyone, administrators, teachers, parents, and students should be involved in the process. This should be considered an ongoing topic throughout the year in both the classroom level as well as the district level. Here's a list of ways to communicate in AUP. Beginning of the year newsletters. At the back to school night, have a booth set up in your school with opportunities for hands-on or demonstrations of acceptable uses and prohibited uses. Some examples could be how students collaborate with Google Documents or making comments on blogs and group work. Create short videos on the AUP to use in the classroom and to send out to the community at large. Use social media. Promote the positive aspects of using technology in regards to acceptable use. Highlight tenets of responsible 21st century online behavior. Use an example of the AUP every day during classroom meeting time to have a quick tech talk in responsible online behavior. Ask the students for their experiences, thoughts, and opinions. There are many ways that you can utilize the AUP actively in your classroom. Here's some examples. How teachers use the policy is important as well. Always use your best professional behavior. Keep in mind that even when on the internet or using any school-issued devices such as laptops at home, you need to be professional in both your communication and your actions. Establish an open dialogue with the IT department to avoid any unintentional issues with outside devices, websites, or programs. Establishing a blog or a Twitter feed to support this open conversation with your school and IT would be an easy and effective way to communicate. Always model positive ways to utilize the internet and social media with your students. It's part of their everyday life and should be incorporated into your practice. We're fortunate to have access to technology and its many outlets that transform our daily lives. Becoming knowledgeable about specifics contained in our district's acceptable use policies will help support our teaching and learning. Using this policy as a teaching tool will keep open the lines of communications and help our children understand their roles and expectations when engaging with technology.